We're going to have a look at like terms. Like terms in algebra are really important because it means that we can add them or subtract them. So we can combine like terms. Like terms contain exactly the same pronumerals. So remember, a pronumeral is the letter part of the term. So we can see here that 5a and 6a both contain a. They're both a terms, so they're like terms. Let's have a look at our next one. We've got 4a and 7b. So the pronumeral part is an a and a b. These are not exactly the same, so they're not like terms. Okay, 6y and y. We need to remember that like terms have exactly the same pronumeral. We can see here that we've got a y term with a coefficient of 6, and this second y term, remember, has a coefficient of 1. Now the coefficients aren't what makes the terms like, it's having exactly the same pronumerals. So these two are also like terms. Now the fourth one, when we look at it at first, it looks like they're not like terms. But let's have a closer look. We've got 12 times a times b times c, and negative 5 times b times c times a. Now remember, when we're multiplying, it doesn't matter what order we multiply in. So if I've got 2 times 3 and 3 times 2, I get the same answer. So when we're multiplying, order doesn't matter. And in this case as well, order doesn't matter. So 12abc and negative 5bca are like terms. And if we want to, we could write this negative 5bca as negative 5abc. And technically we should try and write our terms so that they have our pronumerals in alphabetical order. Let's just have a look at this last one. We've got 8 and 8a. So the first term here, the 8, doesn't have a pronumeral, whereas the second one has a as its pronumeral. So because these don't have the same pronumerals, they're not like terms. And here's why like terms are important, because we can add and subtract them to simplify expressions. Let's have a look at working through some examples. So in our first one here, I've got 3a plus a, subtract 2a plus another 5a. So I'm going to collect my like terms. So 3a plus a is 4a, 4a minus 2a is 2a, plus another 5a is 7a. Working down the page, in our next one, I've got some s terms and some t terms. I'm going to put some different colours around my different families of terms. So I'm going to put a blue square around my s terms, and I might put a red square around my t terms. Now it's really important to see that I have included the sign with the term that follows it. So I have here positive 2t, and here I have negative 2s and positive 3t. So then I can combine my like terms. So I'm going to combine my t terms and I'm going to combine my s terms. So 4s minus 2s is 2s, and then 2t plus 3t is 5t, and it's positive 5t, so then when it gets stuck next to the 2s it becomes plus 5t. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Let's do the same thing with putting the boxes around our terms. Okay, so I've got some k terms, so I'll put my box around the k's, and then I've got some constants. I'll do those in blue. So negative 5 and positive 9. So then I'm going to combine my like terms. Okay, so 3k plus 4k is 7k, and negative 5 plus 9, well, I'm starting at negative 5 on the number line and I'm adding 9 more, which means I'm going past 0 to positive 4. Now I can't with these ones, I can't put these terms together because 7k and 4 are not like terms. So I'm done there, that's as far as I can go. And having a look at our previous example, 2s and 5t, two different types of terms, they're not like terms, so I can't go any further. Let's just have a look at this last one. I've got some different types of terms here too. I've got some PQs, so I'm going to put a red around the PQs and see how I'm grabbing with the term that sign that goes before it. So the -2 goes with the PQ. And then I've got some P's, so I'm going to put a blue box around the P's. And I've got some Q's on their own, so I'm going to put black around the Q's. Okay, so now I'm going to combine my like terms. So I'm going to put my PQs together. So I've got 7PQ minus 2PQ. So that leaves me with 5PQ. And then I have my P terms, so I've got 2P plus 4P, well, that's 6P. So positive 6P becomes plus 6P. And then my last term is minus 3Q all on its own. I've got nothing that I can combine that with, so it goes on the end. So now I've got 5PQ plus 6P minus 3Q. And I can't combine these three terms because they're not like terms. I have a PQ, some P's, and some Q's. Okay, you can have a go now at some exercises from the textbook.